Hello everybody, this is Diane. Well, I have just gotten started on making some covers for these new journals that I'm doing with the vintage magazine covers. And I already started working on it and then thought I was supposed to bring you along. So I just turned the camera on. So I have these, I think they are mixed media sheets, and they were just loose in my supplies of mixed media papers and things. So I don't know what they are. I don't know if they were originally on a tablet form or just a pack of paper. So I don't know the weight, but you can probably hear their cardstock weight. Relatively sturdy, and I think with Mod Podging an image on the front and the back, they will work very nicely. So all I have done so far is trim this. I do have to trim a little bit off the bottom once that dries there, but I think it's dry enough. I can trim that off now. So all I have done is apply a layer of Mod Podge, and I'm using matte Mod Podge that I get at Walmart. You can get it at any craft store. And I just laid this down. Now this is a kind of a thick magazine cover, so it didn't crinkle so far, didn't crumple up. And so that's all I've done. I had to lay it on carefully, and these two edges are going to be covered. I have this fabric wrapped around here, and then of course the spine on this end. So I'm just going to do another layer of Mod Podge on top. I had thought that I would use the other image for the front, but I might put this one on the front. I can decide to flip it around. You know, I can make a decision up until the time I actually attach the spine. Then it's set in stone or fabric. Today's Monday. And I don't know when you'll see this, whether it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday. Now there's a little bit of a wrinkle here, because I didn't have, it was slightly crooked when I first put it down, and I had to pick it up and shift it, and then this edge didn't want to stick down. So I took this paintbrush and put a little more Mod Podge under it. So that's a little bit crinkled right there, but the fabric will probably cover that. And I don't normally care if there are crinkles, as long as there aren't wrinkles on the face of my images. And I will let this dry before I do the back part. So this will be on the other side. We can go ahead and pick another one. Let me get a piece of paper to put on my floor to lay this on. Doesn't take Mod Podge terribly long to dry. All right, I laid my paper down, my cover down on the paper, and cleaned my mat off. So now I'm ready to start another one. I don't have any of these prepped. All right, so I thought this could be one of the covers, or maybe that one, and this one definitely. I only need 2 more front covers. I really like this one too, so I'm going to trim them, because whatever I don't use on the front will probably be used on the inside front. So I'm gonna trim these and then decide. Okay, let's choose a cover. This one will definitely be a cover. I'm thinking this one for the next book. And these two can go on the inside. Okay. So let's start with this one. This one is full coverage. I'm just using a foam brush. Okay, I have a nice layer. It'll dry quickly, so I want to work quickly. Get those edges down. And then apply another layer. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to lay that down and let it dry. I'll do one more. I will add some scrapbook paper to the top and bottom. This is quite pretty. Maybe I'll just do it like this. Looks elegant. I'm going to leave this out because I kind of like that pop of color. I might accent it somewhere with that. Okay, that's lovely. This one's pretty dry. I'm not going to do anything to it right now, but I will put this on this side. I need something for the back covers too. I'm not going to Mod Podge them on video. I'll just find them, select them. I'm going to leave the words on, the magic rug of the 20th century. It's kind of fun. Although I won't be able to keep all the words. Well, maybe I can. I think it's a little crooked at the top. And just a little strip here. I think I like having it in between the words. I think we'll do this one. I liked this one, but I think this is more, I don't know, kind of ethereal looking, like that. Swirly and mysterious. So there's that one. Let's find a couple more. I think I'll use these two because they're bigger. These are kind of the same style. It's a different artist, but very much the same style. That matches the blue sky. And that matches her dress. Either one is fine, but I think I like the blue sky. So I will put these on the back of this one. And I'll put this one on the back of this. This one is still wet. And I might have used the rug one on the back of this one, but I put it on. Oh, wait. I have this one. What about these two? And I had these just all trimmed and ready. I think I'll put this one on the back of this. So I'm just going to lay it out on a plain piece because I don't want to lay the other one upside down because it's not dry. I'll center this because the fabric will cover the edges. This color would be nice. I like that. So we have pieces for the fronts and backs of the front cover. She does have some wrinkles here on her face now. Like there wasn't Mod Podge to hold that down. So the next step will be sewing around the edges and adding, I'll have to finish the front and the back covers and then sew around the edges and then add tyvec and quilted fabric. I did pull some fabrics that, it doesn't have to be quilted, but I used this quilted piece. And I liked the way that looked, so I thought I'd look and see what else I had. And I'm talking about not patchwork quilt, but just fabrics that are quilted. This has some stains on it. These all came from flea markets or thrift stores. Let's see what I have to go with the covers that I did. Well, I think this one would be perfect on this. I cut it 2 1/4 inches and a little bit longer than the cover. Oh, or this side. So when it overhangs, you'll be able to see the flip side. I think I like this side better. Okay. I'll draw on this side. This edge is pink, so I'm going to use my pinking shears. this is my front cover, and this is the inside front cover. You can see I put a piece of fabric around the edge. It didn't go all the way, but I'm going to cover the corners anyway, and we're going to do that on this video, I hope. And this part will be covered with a fabric binding. And then I sewed all the way around the cover. And here's my inside cover. I'm keeping this one because this is really bubbly here, and I would not be happy selling that to somebody, so I'm going to keep this one. This one had a corner cut out, and so I had this vintage Victorian piece, and it was pretty torn up right here. You might see some holes here. It was glued into a scrapbook. So I glued it down. It was the best way to preserve it, and it's not that noticeable. I know it's there, but it's okay. I don't mind. And I used a piece of scrapbook paper behind, and then this piece was from the magazine. And on the back, I have this from a needlework magazine. So I'm ready to put this together, and that's what we're going to do in this video. This one is still wet. I did this cover on the video, and I added the 1940 piece there. And there's this. And this, I'm not sure which is going to be the inside and which one's going to be the outside back cover, but this is from a vintage needlework, probably instruction book, and it looks like it's from the 30s. And this one, it was a small piece, so I had to add some bits of scrapbook paper. I think I'll put her on the inside. This one has a lot of bright colors, except for that. And then this one. I did sew around this and add the fabric to the edge. This is from a 1926 Woman's Home Companion, and this part that says the Indispensable magazine, it was down here. It was a large cover. You can see I had to cut some of it off. But I wanted to include that, so I cut it out and then just moved it up here. The Indispensable magazine. So we have a good start on all of the covers. Now let me show you how I will put them together. I have a piece of tyvec, and I'm pretty disappointed that I have talked about buying packages. I think it's 20 sheets of tyvec that are about 8.5 by 11. And I linked them the last time I talked about them. I linked them below the video, and then very soon after that, like a day or two after that, I thought I should order some more because I am running low. So I went to order them, and they don't have them anymore. I looked for other sellers, and I think I can get some, but some of them were really, really expensive, like large quantities. You can get envelopes, tyvec envelopes, but it's kind of a waste to have to cut them apart and use them that way. They probably cost more, but you know, if you want tyvec, sometimes that's the only way you can get them, like big envelopes. So anyway, I cut this into a 1.5 inch strip, and these are the inside covers. And so I'm going to attach the tyvec to them like this, just with enough space between to put my signature, and it will be just one signature. I have 18 pages in my signature in my journal here, but I'll probably put more in these that I'm selling. But it doesn't require a lot of space. I'm trying to see if I can see how much space I put between these. About 1/4 inch, it looks like. So I think what I will do is I can put my tape here or here. I mean here or here. So I'll put this on the inside. Will I? No, I'll put it on the outside. This part isn't going to be covered, is it? Let me look. Let me look again. Yeah, I can see the tyvek right here. So maybe I'll cover the inside with fabric too. I didn't do it on mine. All right, as you can see, I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't have any red line tape right here. I'm just going to use tyvek today, or not tyvek. This is tyvek. This is Fabri-Tac. So if I just have them 1/4 of an inch apart, I could trim some more off of that. That didn't work. I only left 1/4 of an inch on there. Didn't think that through properly. So I'm going to cut a piece of tyvek. I think I cut it 1.5 inches. I'm going to cut it. I'll need 1/4 inch between and then 1/4 inch on each cover. So I'm going to cut it 3/4. Maybe I should do a little bit more. Just 1 inch instead of 1.5. You could bypass the tyvek and just use fabric. Now this is what I'm going to put on the outside. Sorry, I hit the camera. I'm going to glue this here, and then I will probably glue a fabric on the inside too. Time to fill the bottles. I sewed around this twice with black thread. I'm using black thread. I'm sure you noticed that. This is a double-sided quilted piece that was in a fabric sampler. I believe someone sent this to me years ago with other sample pieces that have already been used. And it was the perfect color for this cover. Now I'll find a piece of fabric to put there. I'll just use this piece. It's pretty much going to be covered up, but it would cover up some of the stuff here that isn't the prettiest. It does have a pattern. And I still have to do the corners. Okay, on this book, I used some little bits of tapestry. They were also samples that somebody sent me. So I do have some tapestry. I got them out, but then I thought maybe I should look at my leather because I don't use the leather that much. And so I have this box of small leather samples. And then these, I cut 8 pieces because I would need two on each of the 4 corners, 2 pairs on the front and 2 pairs on the back. And I like this green color with this, so I might use the leather, and I would just glue that on. And these are rounded, so I had to cut some from in here too, so I just mimicked the shape of that. So that looks quite pretty like that. But let me look at the tapestry. I don't have any little sample pieces right now. These are not great big pieces, but I could make a journal cover out of them. I think this is a nice color. But I already have one of these books with the tapestry on the corners, so I'm going to put leather on mine. I might end up putting tapestry on the other ones, but that is yet to be determined. I certainly have enough leather samples that I could do it on all of them. I'm going to round these corners. I'll do it with this, since the leather pieces are rounded. Got some stitching there. Got some fabric here. Okay. These labels that are on the backs of the samples, they're very hard to get off, and if I can get them off, they leave a very sticky residue. But since I'm just gluing them back to back, it won't matter. That wasn't so hard to get off. All right, so here it is. This is the basic construction of the journal. I may add some more embellishments to it, but I really like the way it looks with the leather corners, the quilted spine, beautiful vintage cover. And I can't wait to start putting the pages in it. So I will do the other ones off camera, and then we'll, not today, I'm done today, but I should have a good day to work in here tomorrow unless something comes up. So I should get those other covers done, and then I can start putting together signatures to put in here. And I'm excited about these. So I hope you're enjoying this. You've seemed as excited as I was when you saw the video introducing this project. So come along and see the rest of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.